And can I share an ironic story?
Sure.
Me and you was introduced by a gentleman. He said, "Hey, Eric, you got to meet Dr. Dallas. This young lady, she's powerful. You need to meet her." And so I called you, and I was talking to you, and I said, "Well, let me go look her up and find out more about you." And of course, you got information there. And I seen you play tennis. And I said, "Okay, she's a tennis player." And I saw you at one of the tennis courts. And I'm like, "My daughter practices there." So I reached out and called her coach, who happens to be my brother-in-law, Peter Towns, Next Level Tennis and Education. Hit him up, Peter Towns. You got it. He's a great coach. So I reached out to Peter, and he said, "Yeah, I kind of know who she is." And he said, "But by the way," he said, "Why you ask?" I said, "Because somebody introduced me to her, and I'm going to call her." He said, "Well, ironically, you said that today she was my daughter. Somebody just gave her a bag of her popcorn." And I was like, "Hold on, what's the chances of that? Out of everybody in the world, I'm now getting a chance to meet Dr. Dallas and you may call her, and my daughter just now, 10-year-old, got a bag of your popcorn." And she came home, "Dad, that thing was fire."
And that would be the networking piece, ladies and gentlemen. Always giving out a bag of popcorn. Always giving out, no tapping on the thing. So I would say, most people say, love I Am the CEO show. I'm always apprehensive about calling myself a CEO. I feel like that's the chief, and unless you have these little Indians running around, and because we now solicit the manufacturing services out and our filming and everything else, I like to say DIR. And so if you talk about the longevity of business, the 20 years, we're really happy and excited about that. DIR is standing for discipline, and that applies to whether you're trying to get that back working again or something else. It's the discipline in establishing consistency of eating 5 to 7 fruits a day, 6 to 7 servings of vegetables every day, drinking the water every day, not every other day or when I'm thirsty, when it's 90 degrees. That consistency requires that discipline. And then for I, meaning integrity. Always treat others like you want to be treated, have the highest level of moral standards. That way you can talk to a pastor and his congregation about sexology, where you're actually helping people deal with the problem that 90% of them are having, versus feeling like, there's something going on here that's not clean, pure, and motivated by God. And then the last one being relationships. Always develop relationships. The way that you relate to other people can be the longevity of any business, because I know people from 20 years ago, and now these people are evolving. I'll tell you a quick story in 2 seconds. So there's a gentleman who is just like a social media expert, and he comes up to me at my office at the WeWork, and he's like, "My mom used to have me buy your popcorn." Well, brought the popcorn for me. He was 8 years old back then.
Wow.
So you add 8 years plus 15 years. Now this kid is like really rocking and rolling, charging people $1,500 for a consultation session. Wow. And so he just wanted to do this for me because he actually loved the popcorn when he was a child. Wow. And so it's always about just, being good to people, and the rest will take care of itself. And if nothing else, if we don't get to $120 million, we've established some really good relationships.
I love it.
We getting there. We gonna pump this like people pump that Popeyes. See, we gonna get it cracking on how people got.
We gonna start a popcorn war.
Do not say true popcorn and Popeyes.
We gonna start a popcorn war. Popeyes chicken or true popcorn? Which one? That's right. We
and if you just have to eat some true popcorn with your Popeyes chicken, that's all good.
So,
Walmart.com, Dallas Popcorn, Life by Dallas. Eric, thank you so much for having me today.
Dr. Dallas, thank you so much for having me. And I want to let you understand.
Thank you, Dr. Dallas.
Thank you for being here. And
absolutely.
I am the CEO, and just so you know, our concept behind it is you are the CEO of your life. So it's not so much being the CEO of your company, but it's really being anybody, whether they're in business or whether they're 10 years old or 5 years old, they're saying that you are the CEO of your life, other than God, but saying take responsibility for your life. So that's what we always call everybody CEOs, not so much because you're the head of the company, but we think every employee, every person is important. So you're not the chief for somebody, but you should be the chief for yourself.
Powerful.
So
I like
take
that.
the CEO and then apply the DIR, and then guess what? You're going to be unstoppable.